Welcome back. Once again, thanks for watching. At the end of last episode, I left you with the beginning stages of what I'd like to class my fish of the year. In saying that, guys, I won't hold you any longer. We'll get straight into it. Hope you enjoy. Morning, guys. The sun's only just come up, as you can see. We're on a pretty insane barra bite this morning. There's a lot of
big one there.
Oh. He's got me fucking head in the current there or something over that bank. There's a lot of weight on it. Or I might have fell or something, I don't know. It's a nice fish here, guys. Really nice fish. As you can see, well, I'm not sure if you can really see it. Oh. Where is he? He's just here.
Dude, do you want me to get the bogas? I didn't bring...
Oh, yes! Just a nice fish.
Hang on.
We've got the nets that have just come up. There's a couple of current lines here, and we've just seen barra money just popping on. Oh! I'll swap you up.
I'm gonna get in the water.
Just do it, give me a face. Holy oh, that's the heaviest fish. That's definitely a PB. Oh my god, that's an animal fish. Holy shit! Holy shit! That's a massive. That'd be close to my PB. But we'll get a measurement on him. We'll get him back in the water. Right, guys, that's an awesome bit of fish. All right, we're gonna put him back, give him a good swim, then we're gonna get back into it because this is too hot to keep going. Nearly biting down, nearly there. There he goes. Yep, he's good. Alright, so for me that was something that I've been wanting for so long. Growing up down towards the Gold Coast, you know, we would catch fish, sometimes one fish in a day and be absolutely stoked. So to have learnt and progressed, I suppose my fishing knowledge, my fishing skills and all those different things to culminate in that one fish, I was absolutely stoked. You know, to some people that might be a small fish, or you know, or not massive, or anything along those lines. But to me, that was something that was worth 2 months, or sorry, that was worth 2 years worth of fishing and learning and understanding that those bigger fish are going to be different spots to some of those smaller ones sometimes. So for me, that was a real achievement. Obviously, from now, I'm looking towards that metre mark. And that fish went 84 centimetres, and honestly, I can't believe I even thought it was close to something small. So it was definitely a PB by about, I don't know, 20 odd centimetres. So I was absolutely stoked. I'll quickly describe to you sort of what was happening. I've got a little diagram here so that you guys can get a bit of an understanding of why we picked that sort of area and why it was so effective. Okay, so I've just got a bit of a diagram here of the creek system that we were fishing in there. Now we've obviously got a scale down the bottom here. The ocean was further out there. The little green arrows, they indicate the direction of the tide. The firm black line here indicates the very outside of the creek. The little dotted line indicates the main channel in the creek. Don't forget that the tide was at the very, very, very bottom of its cycle, so it was only about 0.4 of a metre, and the tide had just turned and started pushing in this direction. Now these three little marks here indicate three little sand spits, basically columns of sand that are on the sea floor. And what was happening was water was coming this way, and as the tide rose, it was forcing water over the top of these sand spits, creating a really high pressure zone. The idea is the water behind that is very low pressure and becomes somewhat still compared to all of the water flowing in and around that may be difficult for a bigger fish to sit in. What that high pressure or the high current would do would be force all of the bait fish over the top of each of those sand spits, and those bigger fish were sitting in these rear sections just literally waiting for bait fish to be pushed over the top. So once again, the tide at the bottom, as the water rose, would force high pressure water over the top of these little sand spits. The bigger fish would be sitting in the slightly stiller water behind them, almost ambushing their prey. And obviously we would then either A, cast in front of it and let it float over the top, or B, cast over the top of it and bring it back. And we were quite successful in obviously bagging that one fish there and a few more to boot. So there you go. So that's just another thing to keep an eye out for. The bottom on these bigger tides can also be a really effective way to fish, using the pressure point, the current, and obviously knowing the type of habitat that the fish will live in.
That's right, we're not trying to fucking... What does it sit just below the water? That's alright. Yep, fish. Yep, fish. Oh, dude, nice. Oh! Nice. Boots my plucky. That looked big, man. Yeah, got him. Yeah. Is it? All right, well, that's a pretty crazy morning, to be honest. It's been really intense. Like, there's been so much action and activity around here. It's quite hard to comprehend. We decided to come back this morning. It's about a week later, or 2 weeks later, probably a relatively similar tide, and thankfully about the similar time of day. We decided to get up really early this morning, like spastically early. We got here before sunup out the front there, and we just basically let the current push us all the way in. Fish everywhere. Managed to hook up to a really nice barramundi. Obviously we let him go, nice catch and release. Bradley's having a bit of a rough time this morning, trying to sort his life out, sort all of his gear out, but he's getting there. We'll wait for this tide to come in a bit further, and I suppose we'll try and work these banks over the far side here. And maybe there's a couple of sand flats out the front that might be able to catch a couple of fish off. We've had some success here in the past. Just one of those things. Now it's a bit of a waiting game. We're going to probably wait what, 20 minutes, maybe half an hour, and we'll go from there. We'll keep in contact soon.
Oh, you motherfucker.
Little taparooski. Yeah, hooked up. Yeah, hooked up. Little floody bus. Nice bloody. Oh! That's 3 fish have dropped now. Oh, fucking snag. Oh, what the?
Still waiting for my first good hit, eh?
You and me both. Nah, damn it.
Ah, damn it.
Nah, damn it. Oh! What was it?
Barra, man, just come out and juice me.
Sorry. Normally have them in most places, but not, yeah. Sorry, mate. Yep, fish on, fish on. I'm gonna say catfish or something, Trev. Little floody. Yeah, alright. Little small floody here. Oh, calm down. Alright, cool your jet. Yeah. Righto, nice little floody. I'd say what? Maybe 35, 40 centimetres. Sorry, bud. See ya. Have a good one.
Doesn't want to jump, eh?
Nice, man.
Nice little rat. Let him go, eh?
Nice little dusky there.
Flip him in, mate. Flip him in. Once again, thank you for watching Chasing Tide Adventures. I really, really do appreciate it. There will be another episode as part of this mini-series. The footage that I've got is just too long to add to this one, and just not quite long enough to make a third one. But what I will do is I've got an idea for a tutorial to put in as part of my talking tackle section, so make sure you keep an eye out for that one there. It was a really, really good morning, that second morning. It was something that I've been looking forward to for so long, and I have to be appreciative and thankful to Brad. He outfished me about 1,000 to 1. But he, he did convince me to fish slightly closer to home. I had an idea of traveling north, traveling south, and they said, no, trust me. And to his credit, he was spot on. He'd been spot on that whole sort of month, I suppose, in terms of catching fish. So once again, thanks to him. Keep an eye out. There's a lot of exciting things coming forward for Chasing Tide in the next 6 months or so. My biggest hint to you is that you might be able to have your own little piece of Chasing Tide. I'm really excited to be working with a number of groups around here locally that are really willing to support me as well. I must thank Rob for such a great year from Searing Tackle, and Trent and the guys from 2D for supporting me on my fishing journey in 2017. I'm really, really looking forward to supporting them, throughout the year coming. Sorry, throughout the coming year. I'll get that right, there you go. As always, guys, don't do drugs, do your homework, be good to your mum. Bales.